Hello and good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Roseburg, Oregon and Roseberg High School as we get ready to bring you the first ever game on the new artificial turf here at Roseburg High. Oh boy, it's been a while to get to this point, but there is a sports facility on campus for softball, and it's all artificial turf and looks absolutely gorgeous, tucked in next to the raging Umpqua River along the railroad tracks on the other side of the banks. Oh man, we are looking forward to seeing what this field has in store for us here this season. Roseburg girls are getting ready to take the field for their season opener. They've got the Sunset Apollos coming up here in today's matchup in just a few moments. I'm Joey Kieran. It's great to be with you. We are starting out today's broadcast on the online video stream, and we will add in the radio broadcast of the game coming up here in just a little bit, and once the Oregon State Beavers go final. So if anybody reaches out to you trying to find out why the game's not quite on the radio just yet, we are letting that Beavers basketball game wrap up as they are playing in the Pac-12 Men's Championship Tournament, and once it does, we will go live on the radio along with the video simulcast here today. We're sitting up on the backside of the Finley Field grandstands, watching this one from high up above, looking forward to seeing the game from this angle. The field looks fantastic, and it is ready for the season opener. It's Roseberg and Sunset coming up for you here today online at 541radio.com. We're going to go ahead and squeeze in a quick break here. When we come back, I got a chance to talk yesterday with the two captains of this Roseburg softball team, Jordan MacArthur and Mason Tabor. Asked them a few questions about playing on the new turf here at Roseburg High. We'll get a chance to hear from them, and we'll get you your starting lineups for today's matchup. This is Roseburg softball coming at you here on 541radio.com.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
When the first Cascade branch opened in 1948, things were a lot different here. The fact they're still here says a lot about the way they do business.
Staying in business for 75 years requires the cooperation of generations. It's the desire to learn and grow with your community.
My account number is only 5 digits long. What that tells me is that this is a local credit union.
Cascade Community Credit Union would like to thank you for 75 years of growth and support here in Douglas County.
Well, they have the national anthem for us here at the field. It's time now to get ready for this one. Yesterday, I did talk with the captains, Jordan MacArthur and Mason Tabor, about their feelings and their thoughts on the beautiful new turf facility here at Roseburg High. Just how does it feel to kind of get a chance to kick this off here?
It feels really, really good. I'm super excited for this season. We've been putting in a lot of hard work, especially this off season, but all of the years previous, and I know that all of the girls that just all the previous years leading up to this have deserved this field. I think we really deserve this field, and I'm super excited for the girls in the following years to have this field as well.
practice time. How has it felt out there? Different surface than what you guys are used to, but I'm sure you guys have played on enough turf fields that it's probably not too unfamiliar for you.
Yeah, it feels great. It's just a huge advantage to be able to be out here and practice every day with the dirt. I mean, it's flooded right now. We would have never been out here, and so to be on this turf, like, it's just great getting all the extra reps in.
You guys have probably been playing softball a long time, so, like, what are your memories of Stewart Park and just, the work that you guys, like they were talking about there, the work that goes into keeping that field playable?
Definitely with the work that goes into it, it's just dealing with the tarp, I'd say, is the biggest thing, because rats will get in there, and you know what I mean, people will forget their boots, they'll be walking around with their socks on. Oh my gosh, it's just a mess. And then just having to drag that field, and especially the fence was really difficult, and so it's just super nice to not have to deal with any of that anymore. JV obviously does, but JV has the nicer of the two fields, and I'm just this is such an incredibly nice facility. I didn't realize it was going to be this nice when they were, rumors about it, and I'm just super, super grateful.
Yeah. What's your favorite part of kind of what you've discovered with the field so far?
Ooh, my favorite part would definitely have to be the bigger dugouts. There's lots of room, can set our bags up and stuff. Last year there would be like some bags on the ground and like behind the bench, but this year everyone like has their own space. I would say that's the nicest part.
Yeah.
So that was a couple of comments there. We've run out of time. They're starting early on me here today, so we get this one underway for you here. First pitch is in. It's ball one, and we are underway here on the matchup. In the circle for Roseburg is going to be Jasmine Morales, a right-hander. Misses just outside. To the left-handed hitting leadoff batter for Sunset. That is Sophie Pappas, who is the shortstop. We'll run through some of your setup here for this game. Your starting lineups for both offense and defense. The pitch is high. The count goes to 3-0 here against Pappas. Morales in the circle. Behind the dish is Ella Martinez, the battery mate for today's starting pitcher, Jasmine Morales. A 3-0 pitch does catch the zone for strike one. Here as we get this one underway. In the purple jerseys is Sunset. Roseberg in their home white jerseys. It feels like some fresh threads for the Roseburg girls. It's a 3-1 pitch, popped up towards left field. Diving attempt out there, out of the reach of Riley McLaughlin. She'll chase it into the left field corner. Rounding second, heading for third will go Pappas. She's in sliding on the new artificial turf. And that is a leadoff triple for Sunset to start things here in the top of the first inning. That ball just out of the reach of McLaughlin out in left field. Made the headfirst diving attempt, but it was past her reach and into the far stretches of that left field corner out there. One on a leadoff hit for Sunset. First pitch, swing and a miss out of the two-hitter, Kiana Cooper. Cooper stands in with an RBI opportunity to get things started here for Sunset in the top of the first inning. Off-speed pitch on the 0-1, can't induce a swing. So we're sitting here looking down on home plate from the backside of Finlay Field grandstands where football, soccer, lacrosse, track and field all go on. Foul ball back to the backstop. Artificial turf, everything. Infield, outfield, all artificial turf. They've got the black cyclone fencing, which if you're not going to have netting, at least the black definitely helps kind of cut down some of the distraction of the cyclone fence, so you like that. They've got some great-looking bullpens for the pitchers to get warmed up. As some wind starts to pick up, a 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed. A big strikeout for Jasmine Morales. Gets the first out here in the first inning. A strikeout swinging to retire Kiana Cooper. Strikeouts this season here for our broadcast coverage. We got this with baseball and with softball. Your strikeouts are brought to you by Chris Hubbard, State Farm Insurance. Don't strike out with your insurance coverage. Give a holler over to Chris at State Farm. You can find him at chrisinsurers.com. Swing and a miss on the first offering here to Sierra McKenna. McKenna is the catcher. The 0-1 pitch misses high and inside. This is the season opener for both these teams. So both teams trying to kind of figure out what this season might have in store. There's always a lot of unknowns. For Roseburg, a lot of fresh faces out there, a young team. It's a ball belted right side. Fighting the sun out there. Catch made. Runner tagging. The throw will not get to home in time. It'll be a sacrifice fly for the 3-hitter, Sierra McKenna, drives in the first run of the game. 2 down. Limits the damage, though, for Roseburg. They at least get an out when they give up the run. Hopefully they'll be able to make that up. Out in right field making the play was Cadence Ellenwood. Tried to slow down the bat, got just a piece of the off-speed pitch. Did the cleanup hitter Jordan Pena, who will stand in, first baseman. Going through the rest of this lineup here for Sunset. I'll get you a look at it here. Another swing and a miss on an off-speed for Pena. Deja Paz, the third baseman, waits on deck as the 5-hitter. 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. That's another strikeout. A pair of them in this first inning for Jasmine Morales. We'll kind of get caught up on things as we get going here. They started a little bit faster than I was expecting, so we're still playing a little bit of catch-up. End of the first inning, 1-0. It is Sunset in front. We'll go to the bottom of the first after this 1-minute timeout here on 541radio.com.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in our backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Back for the bottom of the first inning, a 1-0 lead for Sunset here on 541radio.com. Our live video stream is brought to you by the Cow Creek Tribe. In the circle is going to be Kiana Cooper for the Sunset Apollos, wearing their road purples with black trousers, black stirrup socks underneath. For many of the players, white visors on their heads. Get ready for the bottom of the first. Roseburg with some room to make up after giving up a leadoff triple and then a sac fly to put Sunset in front. Let's take a look at who's coming up for Roseburg. It'll start off with Sierra Singleton, a second-team all-conference player as a freshman last year. The sophomore stands into the box first. A left-hander. First pitch, swing and a miss. Waves at the offering from Kiana Cooper. And we are underway here in the bottom of the first. First game for Roseburg here on their brand new turf field. A lot of community effort going into it. No lights yet, so they'll try to play it before darkness sets in as a pitch high and away. 1-1 count for Sierra. But lighting this field might be a topic of conversation coming up at the school board meeting here tonight. Pitch low, goes to a 2-1 count to the leadoff hitter, Sierra Singleton. Tara Singleton waiting on deck. Ball fouled back to the Cyclone. Sierra playing at shortstop. Tara plays at third base. First baseman Shaylee Sykes will be the 3-hitter in the lineup for head coach Dave Blevins. 2-2 count. Got a piece, send it back to the parking lot behind us. I think we're all get to decide or start to discover where the no parking places are here at the new softball field. Now it's limited parking here real close to the field. Off-speed pitch, Frozer. Sierra goes down looking. And a strikeout to start things off for Kiana Cooper. 1 away. There's some houses just next to the ballpark here. Roseburg owns some of the properties back behind the Roseburg School District, and so they tore down some buildings to build this facility here for the softball team, and it is fantastic. Looking to bunt, but it will go foul on the first offering here to Tara Singleton. So Sierra bats from the left side of the plate. Sierra hits from the right side of the plate. Or, excuse me, Sierra bats from the left, Tara bats from the right side. Tara will step back in with the 0-1 count, 1 away. Got a piece. It goes right to the first baseman. In front of that one for Sunset was Jordan Pena. Pena snagging that one just off the turf. Makes the big play on a quick ball at her. And now it'll bring up Roseburg's 3-hitter, Shaylee Sykes, with nobody on and 2 away. First pitch hits the zone on the outer half at the knees. Sykes takes outside this time for a 1-1 count. On deck will be the pitcher, Jasmine Morales. Kiana Cooper trying to finish things off with a 1-2-3 frame. Misses high to Shaylee. Shaylee, a tall frame, plays volleyball and basketball here at Roseburg High. 3-sport athlete. Batting in the 3 position for the Indians here today. Swings through. Fooled her a bit on that pitch. Missed her target. She's got a 2-2 count. A payoff pitch coming up here for Cooper. Got a piece of it. It'll be interesting to see how players kind of adjust on that swing there. We saw Shaylee looking to rip it and feet moving around a little bit. Now, maybe she normally kind of shuffles feet. And playing on turf is nothing new for any of these players. They play on plenty of turf surfaces around the state, but brand new turf can sometimes be a little slick, and it looked like Shaylee's feet were moving a little on her, and there she swings through for strike 3. And that will wrap things up in the bottom of the first. Roseburg unable to answer as Sunset will keep him off the board. A 1-2-3 frame for Kiana Cooper. And the Sunset Apollos will head to the top of the second inning here on 541radio.com.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
I've always handled my own finances, but I need help.
Get a better understanding of your finances. At Palm Wealth Management, we care about your priorities and help restore financial security. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Mountain Mike's, pizza the way it ought to be.
We go to the top of the second inning. It is a 1-0 lead for Sunset. First pitch called strike one against the 5-hitter Deja Paz, who will lead things off for Sunset. The Apollos out of the Metro League, up in the Portland metropolitan area, out of Northwest Portland. Another strike across against Paz. She watches it go by. So a long trip down here out of the Portland area. Off speed, couldn't get her to chase with the pitch just up high. Pretty fun to watch. You got kids running around. I mean, over at Stewart Park, there was plenty of places for kids to run around and play, but they've made sure to build some of that in. They've got the kind of grass apron beyond the bullpen down the first base right field side where Roseburg's occupying, and so fans over there hanging out, watching the game from back there, kids running around. Grandstands are fairly full here, especially on the Roseburg side, down the first base side. At the plate, a 2-2 count here for Pena. For Deja Paz. Got her to swing and miss. A third strikeout in the game for Jasmine Morales. One down here in the second inning. Strikeouts again this season for Roseburg baseball and softball. We'll get a chance to hopefully get to do a couple of softball games, but when there's a strikeout, it's brought to you by Chris Hubbard, State Farm Insurance. Visit chrisinsures.com for a quote. High and away to the lefty. Morales missing the spot against Kaya McKenna. The 1-0 pitch just misses to take the count to 2-0. Third hitter due up will be Gianna. I got to look at the pronunciation guide again here. The 2-0 to the lefty misses again, struggling against the lefty here. It is Gianna Michike, who is waiting on deck. She'll be the third hitter. Running through the rest of the lineup, Adeline Gates in left field. Bats in the 8th spot. McKenna at the plate right now is the designated player. On a 3-0 pitch, she watches a strike go by. McKenna, the DP, batting in the 6th position. It's got a 3-1 count. Morales rocks back and sends it in. Got her to swing and miss on the hitter's count, and it goes full. So McKenna, the designated player, right fielder Michike, in left field Adeline Gates batting 8th. Batting 9th is Claire Hattendorf, and the second baseman, and the center fielder Lily Swinson bats in the 10 spot. Ball popped up, foul territory off the top of the roof on the third base dugout. It'll stay a 3-2 count. Dugouts are obviously, everything's brand new here, so everything looks great, but the dugouts are powder coated, orange and black with some cedar trim and accent pieces that are a nod to the timber industry here in Douglas County. 3-2 pitch just carries outside for a 1-out walk. First walk issued in the game for Morales. Puts one runner on. That'll bring up Michike, the right fielder. One out, one on. A 1-0 lead for Sunset after a leadoff triple to start the game. First pitch from Morales misses low. Roseburg defensively, we didn't run through their defensive alignment. We'll try and get that here for you in between pitches in the second. And again, we will join the broadcast will join the radio here after the Beavers game's done. A roll towards second, a double play for Roseburg to finish off things here in the top of the second inning. So we won't get a chance to do it. That was MacArthur to Singleton to Sykes for the twin killing to finish things off here in the top of the second. What a defensive stand there. And we will go to the bottom of the second. Roseburg trailing 1-0 back after this timeout on 541radio.com.
Turn your home into your dream sanctuary with help from Douglas County Farmers Co-op. For over 100 years, we've carried everything you need to keep your garden and crops green and growing, including a large selection of soil mixes, composts, fertilizers, and other soil amendments. You'll also find stones, boulders, gravel, and more to add structure and diversity to your yard. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Back here at Roseburg High School. Don't have a name for the field yet. I'm sure we'll get there. They are looking for corporate sponsorship for it to help cover some of the costs of some of the things they've got for it and to have some possible coffers for upgrades or maintenance in the future. I know they've gotten some interest from some local community businesses, so great to see. We'll see how that goes. Much like over at Champion Car Wash Field, the turf field for the baseball stadium, which is owned by the city. This is owned by the school district here. This is school district property, where the baseball stadium is owned by the city of Roseburg, and Roseburg pays to use that facility. So does Umpqua Community College and Umpqua Valley Christian here during the spring. During the summer, it's run by the American Legion program, and that's where American Legion baseball is played. But they got corporate sponsorship with that one with Champion Car Wash, and they're looking to kind of do something similar with this field here at Roseburg High. Jasmine Morales, the pitcher, looking to help her own cause, will step to the plate as we begin the bottom of the second. A nice defensive stand for Roseburg with a double play to end the top of the second. Taking high and away, Morales will take ball one from Kiana Cooper. Behind the plate, Sierra McKenna is catching for Sunset. Ball popped up in the air, right side, fighting the sun. That ball in foul territory. Nobody able to track it down. It'll innocently fall for strike one. That right field side, it's going to be the sun field, much like just like over at Stewart Park for the softball field there. Right field, first base, that was all the sun field over there too. So not a lot of change. And that is definitely going to be kind of tough to fight with here this afternoon. 1-1 pitch. Morales takes high. 2 balls, 1 strike. 1-0 lead for Sunset. And Paulos in their season opener as well. So they're trying to knock off the rust and get things going. A pitch high again from Cooper. And Kiana Cooper has herself a 3-1 count against Jasmine Morales. I was going to tell you, Sierra McKenna behind the plate. Honorable mention, all-conference selection last year as a catcher in the Metro League. Ball fouled back for strike 2. So it's a 3-2 count, full count. Full count pitch. Fouled off again by Morales as she hangs in and battles. In the Metro League last year, this Sunset team was 4-8. They were 10-17 overall on the year. Kind of similar to Roseburg. Roseburg 10-17, went 5-13 in the Southwest Conference. Both teams making the first round of the playoffs, but neither team advancing past that. 3-2 pitch. Strike 3, Frozer. 1 away. Third strikeout in the game for Kiana Cooper. Second strikeout looking. 1 down. Cadence Ellenwood, the right fielder, gets a chance to bat. Roseburg looking for that first hit still. 4 up, 4 down. Checking in on that Beavers game. They are almost wrapped up, so when that game gets done, we will go to that game. We'll take this game that we're currently broadcasting online only, and we'll get that on the radio as well as Ellenwood fouls off the first pitch for an 0-1 count. Beavers looking like things are not going to go in their direction in that matchup. The 0-1 pitch here for Ellenwood. Popped up, coming right back at us here. Had me nervous there for a second. We're really going to have to get a hold of one to get it up this direction. The 0-2 swung on. That ball gets by. A race to first. No throw on the drop third strike will be Ellenwood. McKenna behind the plate could not control that one. So it will be a strikeout, 4th in the game. But a passed ball, and Ellenwood gets on. First base runner for Roseburg. Runner on at first, 1 away. Center fielder Mason Tabor will bat. Mason, a captain this year as a junior. Honorable mention all-conference selection a year ago. Showing a bunt, I believe taken for ball 1. Scoreboard hasn't updated for me to confirm. I believe it was ball 1. Yes, they do put it up there. The 1-0 count, showing a bunt. Ball goes by, advancing up to second will go Ellenwood, takes a turn. Pass ball again will get her into scoring position, and a 2-0 count at the plate for Tabor. Two-0 count, Tabor. An RBI opportunity with a runner at second. So Cooper facing her biggest test. Foul ball. That'll be strike 1. Out at second base. That is Cadence Ellenwood, first base runner in the game for Roseburg. Battle at the plate between Mason Tabor and the pitcher, Cooper, squaring to bunt and offering, not able to make contact there for Tabor, the left-handed batter. They'll have strike 2 against her. Staying out at second base was Ellenwood. Coach Dave Blevins will holler out the instructions from the third base coach's box. Bottom of the second, a 1-0 lead for Sunset. Pitch is high. That is ball 4. The scoreboard for me was not correct. Apologies about that. Ball 4, runners at first and second, 1 away. Big opportunity here for Roseburg. First walk issued by Cooper. That'll bring up Ella Martinez. Martinez catching for Roseburg today. She squares to bunt. Runners will not try to advance. She offered for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch from Cooper, fouled back off one of the posts on the fence. Back in the radio studio, our board op Brenton is getting ready to put this one on the radio here for us when we get this opportunity. Probably here at this end of this second inning, we'll jump in on the Beavers broadcast. The 0-2 pitch, foul. No, it's popped up. Yeah, it'll end up in foul territory. Spins back to the backstop. Tough to judge that angle from where I'm sitting here, but it ends up landing in foul territory, and the spin on the softball does spin it back towards the backstop. Ella Martinez, an 0-2 count, battling with runners at first and second, trying to get Roseburg on the board here to start the season. Fouls off another one. The battle continues. With 1 out, runners at first and second. Again, the 0-2 here for Martinez. Pitch is outside. So 1-2 pitch. High. 2-2. Low and inside on the 2-2. That ball, that's a tough take there, but Martina is able to do it. And it is a full count. Got her behind one, sends it right side. It's drifting, hooking towards the foul territory, and that will be a foul ball. Everybody will head back. Not too far off on that one, just a little behind. And we'll go back to a full count. Martinez, a lengthy battle here in this one. Bottom of the second inning. Full count pitch, one out. Got one popped up, and it goes over the backstop again. So Martinez, boy, she's had a ton of opportunities to get a look at this pitcher, Kiana Cooper, and she hasn't quite gotten it all timed up yet, but she has been on a lot of them. It'll stay a 3-2 count. Check swing, couldn't hold up that time. That'll be a big strikeout for Cooper. Fourth, make that fifth in the game. 2 down. Still Roseburg a scoring opportunity here. Up to bat for Roseburg will be Jordan MacArthur, the second baseman, the lone senior on the roster for Roseburg this year. Swings through on the first pitch. MacArthur starting at second base, returning second team all-conference selection. The 0-1 takes high. A 1-1 count. Sun is shining down. A lot of clouds in the sky, but thankfully none overhead right now. When the sun is out, it's not too bad and the wind's not blowing. It can actually get pretty warm. Inside, good take for MacArthur. Brave take there. Sounds like we might be jumping over to add this broadcast from the radio or from the video and onto the radio as well. Just give me a holler to tell me when we're on there, Brenton. Low pitch. Makes it a 3-1 count with 2 away. MacArthur at the plate, a big opportunity here. 3-1 pitch, hitters count with runners at first and second. Swings through it for strike 2. Full count pitch coming up. Foul tipped, stay alive there for MacArthur. Kiana Cooper in the circle. Trying to finish off the top of the, or bottom of the second here without giving up a run. Runners at first and second. Three-two pitch. It's high for ball 4. MacArthur will draw the 2-out walk. That is the second here in the frame. I believe we might have added on the radio broadcast. Brendan, we're live here, so we welcome everybody in. The Beavers men's basketball season coming to an end. They're at the men's Pac-12 basketball tournament. We will, if you were listening, you probably caught that. So we join into progress here. We're in the top of the second, make that bottom of the second inning. Roseburg and Sunset softball, first ever game on the new artificial turf here at Roseburg High School. It's the bottom of the second. It's a 1-0 lead for Sunset, but Roseburg has the bases loaded with 2 down. A swing and a miss for a 1-1 count against the 9-hitter Riley McLaughlin, the left fielder. So we welcome you all on the radio here on the Score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM. Glad we could get you to you before it gets too late here in the ball game. Strike 3 taken to finish things off as McLaughlin goes down looking. 6 strikeout through 2 innings. A drop third strike got a Roseburg runner on. So 6 strikeouts through 2 innings for Kiana Cooper, and she pitches out of a bases-loaded jam. We'll take a 1-minute break and come back here as we continue on with Roseburg softball here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Remember the good old days when you didn't have to make an appointment or wait in line for an hour just to talk to your teller? When businesses were local and gave back to the community? At Cascade Community Credit Union, there are some things will never change. We're the only credit union or bank headquartered in Douglas County, and making our members a priority has always been our priority. For easy and simplified banking, visit CCCU. No appointment, just come on in.
Top of the third inning, 1-0 lead, still a tight ball game here. We go to the left fielder, Adeline Gates, to lead things off. Left-handed batter for Sunset. Takes low for ball one. Joey Kieran here with you. Great to be joining you here on this Wednesday evening. A beautiful day here at the ballpark. Ground ball, third base side, snagged. And a easy throw across the diamond for Tara Singleton over to Shaylee Sykes to retire Adeline Gates. One away for the Apollos. Get you caught up here for those that are joining us on the radio side of the broadcast. It was a leadoff triple to start out the game for Sophie Pappas. And then she eventually came around to score on a sacrifice fly to right field by Sierra McKenna. That made it a 1-0 ball game. In the circle for Roseburg, Jasmine Morales able to pitch around that fairly well, limit the damage. Only one run came in, and that is where we're at right now. That leadoff triple, the difference in the ball game. Pitch outside. Makes it a 2-0 count here for Claire Hattendorf, the second baseman. It's Jasmine Morales in the circle. Roseburg, I was just remembering, I was going to do the defensive alignment for you. There's a strike called against Hattendorf. It's going to do that defensive alignment for you at the end of the last inning before Roseburg turned a quick double play that got him out of the inning a little faster than I was anticipating. So we'll try to do that here and get everybody caught up that's joining us on the radio broadcast. 2-1 pitch. That's another strike call. Makes it a 2-2 count for Hattendorf. Behind the plate is Ella Martinez. Out at first, Shaylee Sykes. Jordan MacArthur at second. On the left side of the diamond, Tara Singleton at third. Sierra Singleton at short. In the outfield, we'll get you that here in just a second. Morales, pitch fouled away by Hattendorf. Riley McLaughlin out in left field. Mason Tabor out in center. And Cadence Ellenwood in right field. 2-2 pitch coming up. The delivery, ground ball left side, scooped up, low throw, but a pick at first by Sykes for the putout. Singleton had to range to her right, got in front of it, but was down on her knees as she came up with the softball. Came up throwing, but had to throw from her knees, short-armed it a little bit. And a nice play at first by Sykes to pick that one off the turf. 2 down, and it'll be the 10th hitter in the lineup card. Designated player being utilized by Sunset. High and away to Lily Swenson, another left-handed batter. The 1-0 here from Morales, looking for a 1-2-3 frame. That ball in the air down the left field line into foul territory, out of the reach of Riley McLaughlin. The turf, I've been on the turf there at Champion Car Wash Field. They use different fill substances between the two fields. I was told that this was more of a natural occurring substance. I think it was like seeds or pits or something that they could ground up. What was olive pits? Yeah. There's a strike taken for strike 2 for Swenson. So they ground up olive pits to use as the fill substance. Makes it it felt a little stiffer than I was expecting walking out there compared to what we experienced when Champion Car Wash Field was brand new. So that's kind of cool. Just outside on the 1-2 offering there from Morales. So it's not nearly as springy for balls coming off of it feels like, but and it does kind of slow down things a little bit, more like a natural surface field. The 2-2 off speed, pulled right side, and actually will get up the middle just past the right side of second base out to the big orange feather in center field here at the complex. And Swinson, the center fielder, will have just the second hit of the ball game. Her single went to center field. And there's one on with 2 away, top of the order. Sophie Pappas had the leadoff triple in the ball game. Stands in with 2 outs. She gets behind one, but it is softly hit towards shortstop where Sierra Singleton's there to make the grab and finish off the inning. Bottom of the third coming up. Roseburg trails 1-0 as Sunset will leave one runner stranded after one hit here in the third. It's a 1-0 ball game. Sunset in front of Roseburg here on 541radio.com and on the Score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Heading to the bottom of the third. If you're joining us on the radio, you happen to be tuned in for the Beavers game, and now you've been jumped over here to this Roseburg softball game. Thanks so much for sticking around with us. I know it's the end of the season, so a lot of soliloquies probably being put together by Mike Parker, voice of the Beavers. And I hate to cut out of it, but we wanted to bring you this game here today, and the timing with the Pac-12 men's basketball tournament was not something we were going to be able to foresee early on. So we're jamming it all in for you today. We've got quite the schedule of events coming up here today as the Beavers started off. Unfortunately, their season comes to an end. Roseburg looking to get back into this game, looking to try and bunt, pulled back the barrel, but takes strike one. Leadoff hitter Sierra Singleton. Singleton struck out looking in the first inning. Beavers season comes to an end, 67-57, a loss against UCLA. It's a ball hit left side, goes foul. There is some activity in the bullpen for Sunset. Kind of cool, and then fans can actually stand up against the fence line there on the Roseburg side, up against the bullpen. Strike three called. Singleton will go down with her second strikeout looking in the game. That is number 7 on the day for Cooper. One away. Tara Singleton will step in. She had a line drive snagged off the turf by the first baseman, Jordan Pena. So the Beavers game comes to an end. And we bring you Roseburg softball here on the Score as that ball popped up back behind home. I wouldn't be shocked if a ball eventually someday makes it back up here to our direction. Hopefully not today. Coming up tonight, Blazers basketball starting at 7 o'clock. We should be done with this game in time to get you there before tip-off and catch most of the pregame show. As a ball hit right side, and there's your first base hit of the season for the Roseburg girls. Heading for second. That ball goes all the way to the fence. Tara's heading for third. She'll get the hold sign there from Coach Dave Blevins, and it's a one-out triple for Tara Singleton. Goes right side, opposite field for the right-handed hitter. Sneaks that one past the second baseman and the right fielder all the way to the fence. And she was moving from the get-go. Ends up at third with a feet-first slide. 1 on, 1 away. A runner in scoring position for the 3-hitter Shaylee Sykes, who has an opportunity to drive in one here. Try and tie this ball game up in the third. First pitch low and outside, ball 1. I was talking with Roseburg Athletic Director Adam Blute here, telling me why they use the olive pitch, because I thought that was an interesting choice, but they're here right next to the river. The pitch is low for ball 2. For those that are watching online on the video simulcast at 541radio.com, we'll go to the wide angle. You can see the river out beyond the scoreboard going raging by. And because they are so close to the waterway there, they had to go with the natural substance in the olive pits, which makes a lot of sense in case of any wash off or runoff or anything like that with those rubber pellets you usually see on these fields that you don't want to be contaminating the waterway. So that makes a ton of sense. And the field, I mean, really, it felt like a great playing surface out there. Nice alternative to that rubber. Strike called on the 3-0 pitch to Sykes. 3-1 count. The field is fantastic. It is a multi-use facility, so as a pitch bounces in, that'll put another runner on base. A walk issued to Sykes. That is the third walk in the game for Kiana Cooper, the pitcher for Sunset. Sykes will get on. Runners at first and third for Roseburg in their home white jerseys. Sunset in the purple. So the field is multi-use. They've got it a little cutout in center field that they can remove the fencing and make it more of a rectangle to be used for soccer or lacrosse, or you could even use it for football practices. As a first pitch to the cleanup hitter, high and tight to Jasmine Morales, the pitcher. It's not a full football length field, but, for practice facilities to help spread things out, they've only got the one, football, soccer main field here, so that'll definitely make life easier. It's a ground ball to short, could bring in one. They get one out at second, won't get a chance at a second out at first, and it's an RBI for Morales to tie this one up. The pitcher helps her own cause, gets on with a fielder's choice on a ground ball to shortstop. Tara Singleton scores from third. Sykes out at second, but she made a nice hard slide into the bag. And that maybe slows things down a little bit there on the possibility of trying to turn 2 to get out of the inning for Sunset. Roseburg will tie it up. 1-1 our score. There's a combined 3 hits in this one so far. Due up is Cadence Ellingwood. Ellingwood will dig into the right-handed batter's box with a runner on at first. Takes low. Ball 1. Ellingwood reached on a drop third strike in the second. That's why Cooper had 6 strikeouts through 2, but did have a out recorded with a line drive to first. There's a pitch low. 2-0 count here for Ellingwood. Batting 5th in the lineup, looking to try and get a 2-out rally started. Roseburg has tied the game up here in the bottom of the third. Swinging through. A 2-1 count now. Cooper needs one more out here to finish off the third after giving up the lead. Misses high. The count goes to 3-1. Three-one pitch. And it's ball 4. Runners at first and second, 2 down. Another walk here for Kiana Cooper. 4 walks total, 2 in the second, now 2 here in the third. At first base will be Ellenwood. Moving up to second goes Jasmine Morales. First pitch, swing and a miss. Strike one to Mason Tabor. That's called for strike two. Trying to wrap it up here is Cooper, and got a swing and a miss to finish it off for strike three. 2 runners left stranded, but Roseburg will get a run. It was a courtesy runner out at second. I kind of thought that was the case for the pitcher. Courtesy runner out there for Morales, but Morales came up with the RBI fielder's choice to tie the ball game up. It's 1-1 as we go to the top of the fourth. Roseburg 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, 2 runners left on. Tie ball game midway through here on 541radio.com and on the Score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Now we come back, 1 pitch tally. We were 1 pitch late there. Tardy, I guess I should say. That pitch gets belted to center field, but a play out there finally from Mason Tabor. Outfield hasn't had a lot of work, is on the mound. Jasmine Morales has been wheeling and dealing here after giving up a leadoff triple. And she gets a swing and a miss out of Sierra McKenna as Kiana Cooper flew out to center field. Tabor able to make that play. Didn't have to adjust too much, but it was a hard hit ball. She didn't have to come in, didn't have to go out. Went to fairly deep center field. Pitch misses, a 1-1 count as we welcome you back here to the brand new artificial turf field here at Roseburg High School for the softball field. Check swing. Outside, held up. They're going to appeal, and nope, they'll change the call. It'll go from a ball to a strike on the check swing on the appeal. 1-2 count for Morales. Ball fouled away. Sierra McKenna on the day, a sacrifice fly to drive in the first run of the game for Sunset. Back in the first inning. A 1-2 pitch. Swings, chases upstairs on the rise ball. That'll be strike 3, and yet another strikeout in this game for Morales. That is just number 4 on the day. On the other side, Kiana Cooper for Sunset. She has been throwing really well. She's got 8 strikeouts through the first 3 innings. 2 down. Up to bat, Jordan Pena swings through on the first pitch. Tie ball game, 1-1. 1 run here in the bottom of the third for Roseburg to tie it up after Sunset scored in the first. Okay, proof they can reach our position here where we are at. Everybody waiting to see if that ball would come down back off the roof of the grandstands here at Finlay Field, which sit along the first base and right field side at the stadium. There's another foul ball for Pena. Keeps her alive with the 0-2 count, 2 down and nobody on base. Finlay Field, the home sideline, is up against the first base and right field sideline of the softball field as it's tucked back in here. So the back of the grandstands on that side. As a ball up the middle will get through. A 2-out single off the handle a little bit there for Pena, but she got enough of it to get it past the infield and trickle into the outfield for a 2-out single. 1 runner on, 2 away for Sunset. Deja Paz will stand in, a darker cloud going overhead, and when the sun's out, it can warm up pretty good. When the sun goes away, it cools off pretty decent, especially with that wind coming through. Lefty at the plate, grounds 1 towards short, picked up by Sierra. Singleton will step on the bag to retire the side. A clean top of the 4th inning for Roseburg defensively, and we will head to the bottom of the 4th. Roseburg looking to capture their first lead of the season here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in our backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Bottom of the 4th inning, 1-1 contest here. Hey, today's game and Roseburg High Sports here on the Score brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County, and by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone's welcome to shop. Bottom of the 4th, 1-1 ball game. Roseburg up to bat with Ella Martinez, the catcher, standing in. Martinez on the day 0 for 1 with a strikeout. She takes low for ball 1. 8 strikeouts through 3 innings for Kiana Cooper. She does have 4 walks. She's been good in the circle. Winds and fires one. That ball is belted down the left field side, foul. Strike 1 for Martinez. And actually, we got a new pitcher out there for Sunset, it looks like. We'll get you the details there. So I believe here in the 4th inning we get a pitching change. Another ball fouled third base side for strike 2 to Martinez. So pitching now is Sophie Pappas. Swing and a miss. Pappas will get the strikeout. 1 away. That'll be the first strikeout for Pappas. 8 strikeouts will be the final line for Kiana Cooper. So Pappas retires the first batter she faces. 1 away. Jordan MacArthur will bat. MacArthur had a walk back in the 2nd. Fouls off a pitch for strike 1. So Sophie Pappas had been the shortstop, so we'll have some changes there. Going to shortstop is the previous pitcher, Kiana Cooper. The 0-1 pitch off speed. Hung up inside. High and inside, a 1-1 count for MacArthur. Her senior season here after a all-conference selection a year ago. Grounds one left side, scooped up, backhanded. Throw to first is a strike for Kiana Cooper. Shortstop plays it all very cleanly there. 2 down. And coming up the bat, a new batter here in the 9 spot for Roseburg. Coming up the bat for the Indians will be Joelle Maddox for Riley McLaughlin. So Maddox steps in, a left-handed batter with 2 outs, nobody on base, a 1-1 ball game in the bottom of the 4th. Starting to get my lineup card or my book all set to go and was feeling comfortable with it. Now they start making all the changes. Maddox, lefty. I believe she might have been the courtesy runner in the last half inning for Roseburg that I was unable to identify before the inning came to an end. I believe. 1-0 pitch. It's taken for ball 2. Maddox will have a 2-0 count. Joelle Maddox, a junior for this Roseburg club. 2-0 delivery. Pappas gets a swing and a miss. Well, those are some, unfortunately, darker clouds coming our way from back behind us. The wind is picked up. Trying to tell exactly which way it's blowing here. Ball fouled out towards the houses down the left side. Kind of feels like it blows in from center field off the river, which goes raging by. Low pitch on the 2-2. It's a full count. Delivery coming up for the pinch hitter, Joelle Maddox. Here in the bottom of the 4th in a 1-1 ball game. New scoreboard. It mirrors kind of what we've got over on the football field. Good looking scoreboard. There's a walk issued. Runner put on base. Pappas to the new hitter will put a runner on. And it's 5 walks in the game for Roseburg. They've been patient at the plate. Top of the order here. And it'll be Sierra Singleton that steps in looking to snap an 0-for-2 game. She's had a couple of strikeouts in this one so far. Both have been looking. But the scoreboard real nice. Very easy to read as they pitch inside. Called for ball 1. Nice bright LEDs. Swung on and missed by Singleton. 1-1 count. I mean, everything about it, the facility here is top-notch. Looks really good. All came out very nicely. It's a foul ball. Strike 2. Now the only thing they've got to figure out is maybe some parking. It's definitely not ideal. You've got to walk a little ways from the parking lot to get back here, but it's not terrible. 1-2 pitch. High and away. Count goes to 2-2. On at first base, Joelle Maddox after a 2-out walk. Looking for a reason to run here. 2-2 count. Pappas, the righty, fires in. That ball fouled back off the roof of the house next door. Now that house, I want to say, is Roseburg School District property. So I don't know if it's a residence, somebody's residence. That would be unfortunate if it was. 2-2 count. Got a hold of one out to center field. It drops in for a base knock, and Singleton is on. They got the runner caught between second and third. Throw to third, goes off her back, and trickles away down the third base side. Singleton will end up at second as Joelle Maddox ends up at third. She was in the base path, so getting hit by the softball is not a violation. May not feel the best, but it does get her on safely to third after she got caught off the bag between second and third. Singleton ends up at second after her first base hit of the game. And for Roseburg, that is just the second hit in the contest. They've both been by the Singletons. So up to bat, Tara Singleton, who had the triple in the third. That was the first hit of the game for Roseburg. Then she came around to score the first run. She's got an opportunity to record a hit and give Roseburg its first lead of the season. She gets behind one, out towards center, going to carry enough for a basket catch by Lily Swinson in center field to finish off the frame. Roseburg threatens here in the fourth inning. Can't get one to come around, though. No runs on one hit. No errors and 2 runners left on base. We will go to the top of the fifth in this scheduled 7-inning contest. This is Roseburg softball on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
I've always handled my own finances, but I need help.
Get a better understanding of your finances. At Palm Wealth Management, we care about your priorities and help restore financial security. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Mountain Mike's Pizza, the way it ought to be.
1-1 ball game, fifth inning here on the Score. First pitch from Jasmine Morales in for a strike as she leads things off against Kaya McKenna, the designated player. The 0-1, that ball fouled back behind home. Let's take a look-see here. Kaya McKenna, a freshman, takes inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kaya walked in her first at-bat back in the second against Morales. Morales, the right-hander in the circle, continues to throw. Another foul ball back to the backstop for a chance to keep the at-bat going here for Kaya McKenna. Roseburg Sports here on the Score, brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. Some young fans go scrambling as they sit at some of the picnic tables that are here available for fans to sit at. Not necessarily the best view of the field from some of these picnic tables, but it's kind of nice to have a spot to sit down. They're down there eating some food, eating some early lunch as another ball fouled away by McKenna. They've thought about a lot here. A lot of orange and black, which looks really good. And a lot of opportunity spots to kind of have kids running around playing, spots to sit, spots to eat. Grandstands are nice. 2-strike pitch, high and inside, evens things up. 2 balls, 2 strike for Morales, the designated player. Today's game is streaming online at 541radio.com and on our YouTube channel, 1490 The Score on YouTube. It's all presented by the Cow Creek Tribe. A 2-2 pitch. Ooh, not off the mark by much. It didn't look like from up here, high atop from across the way at the grandstands, the backside of the grandstands of Finlay Field here. 3-2 pitch, fouled away by McKenna, who's leading things off here. McKenna leading things off here in the 5th inning. Again, a 3-2 pitch. Morales trying to get this first out. And instead, a walk issued. What an at-bat there for the freshman, Kaya McKenna. She earns her second walk in the ball game. And that one, she battled for quite some time with 2 strikes against her. They're going to get a pinch runner in. That is running at first base. That's right. We don't have roster numbers on that version yet. So number 6 running at first base for the runner going. Throw just around the tag by Sierra Singleton. Goes Maya Kodakai. And she's going to have to tie her shoe there. Kodachi. That's what it is. My apologies there. She steals second base, gets into scoring position. At the plate, a 1-0 count. Now some of the intricacies of softball are a little bit foreign to me, some here, because Adeline Gates was scheduled to bat in 2 spots, but she's now batting in the spot of Gianna Michike. A 1-1 pitch, fouled off on a bunt attempt. And they announced it that Gates was going to bat in that spot. So we'll kind of see how this works out here. Adeline Gates is at the plate right now. And her first at-bat grounded out to third base. Batting with a runner at second and nobody out. A 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. A big strikeout there for Morales. And that'll bring up Claire Hattendorf. Strikeout number 5 on the day for Morales. Hattendorf takes the first pitch for strike 1 at the top of the zone. They've got the concession stands. If you've been out here for football games on a Friday night, they've got the concession stand going there. They've got it going here for the softball games too, so you can get some food when you come out to these games from time to time. It's a ball fouled away. Ooh, just missing somebody's parked car over there. 0-2 count. Claire Hattendorf 0 for 1 in the game with a ground out to short. She's got an 0-2 count against her. Almost chasing a pitch up out of the zone, lets it go by, and will have herself a 1-2 count. Ball fouled back to the backstop to stay alive there for Hattendorf. A 1-2 pitch coming up. 1 out still here in the top of the 5th. The go-ahead runner at second base after a leadoff walk. The 2-strike pitch just missed outside. I thought that was maybe, I was waiting for the ring up there to say for sure, but just missed. Trying to frame it behind the plate. Martinez can't buy a strike. A 3-2 count for Morales against Hattendorf. Morales will deliver again. Ground ball, left side, diving attempt by Singleton. No, the ball fielded on the quote-unquote infield dirt by the center fielder. Obviously everything artificial turf here, so not truly dirt out there. But the center fielder, Mason Tabor, coming in to make that play. That holds the runner at third. On with a single is Claire Hattendorf. Just squeezed that one past the shortstop. One away, runners on the corner. Big spot here for Sunset as the sun starts to shine again here at Roseburg High. On the right side of the infield and the outfield, they're all shading their eyes. The 1-0 in for a called strike. And this is at the plate. It's not Lily Swinson, who did have a hit. No, it's back to the top of the order. So I think the designated player has come out of the game. I think that's how this all worked out. Breaking ball. That had Sophie Pappas frozen. A 1-2 pitch. Pappas now the pitcher. The delivery in. Hard hit ball to right field's going to get down and drive in one. Pappas gets around on a ball after a triple in the first. She gets a rocket shot. Line drive to right field. Picks up an RBI and gives Sunset the lead back. Coming in to score was Kodachi, the courtesy runner, so that'll make it a 2-1 ball game. Sunset in front. One out, runners at first and second. That ball was smacked. Kiana Cooper, who's now playing shortstop, will come up to bat next. Get a new runner in out there at second base for Claire Hattendorf. We're going to get a new player out at second running. That is Sophia Santana that is going to run out there. All right, back to the action. One out, runners at first and second. Off-speed pitch, and lets it go by does Cooper. Takes for ball one. Ball fouled back, and that one does get close. Doesn't quite make it back here to us. Got to be alert up here. That's strike one for Cooper. Kiana Cooper trying to come through with a big hit. Just one out. She swings through a breaking ball for strike two. Sun starting to head it lower in the sky, back to the west behind us and to the left a little bit here at the ballpark. Definitely going to be playing some tricks on the right side of the field. Off speed, gets into center field. That's another base hit for Sunset. Runner from second will come around to score. 2 runs come in here in the fifth so far. That is back-to-back RBI singles from the top of the order for Sunset. Pappas makes her way to second. Cooper on at first. Another run in. It's 3-1. Sunset in front. Morales had been rolling since the first. She had not given anything up and had only given up 2 more hits since that leadoff triple, and now she's been touched up for 3 hits here in this 5th inning. It is the 3rd time through the lineup, so hitters may be starting to figure some things out. 0-1 count to Sierra McKenna. Pitch, throw down to second, smothered by second baseman Jordan MacArthur. 1-1 count, throw by Martinez, not quite in time. And a good job by MacArthur to make sure that ball didn't get by. At the plate, McKenna will take a strike. Pappas out at second. Cooper at first, the top two in the order. Sophie Pappas with an RBI and 2 hits in the game. A 3-1 lead for Sunset here at the softball complex. That ball in the air out to left field. Riley McLaughlin has come back into the game after she had a pinch hitter for her in the bottom half of that 4th inning. She's back out there defensively, and she retires Sierra McKenna for the second out. McKenna providing some advice for Jordan Pena, who's the next scheduled hitter. 2 down. And now a visit out to the mound for Roseburg, and head coach Dave Blevins out there to go have a talk in the circle with the infield. Maybe they feel as if something was discovered there by Sunset. Hey, this broadcast of Roseburg High Sports on the Score brought to you by Flyaway Travel. When you get ready to take that dream trip, contact the travel experts at Travel Leaders Flyaway Travel. Make sure you have an agent in your corner in these complicated travel times. Call Flyaway at 672-5701. And we'd like to thank our pregame show sponsor, Roseburg Disposal. Those that are listening on the radio, and we really didn't get much in for the pregame because they went so quick. I was expecting a little bit more lead-up time to it, but so many times we're running behind schedule a little bit. They were about 10 minutes ahead of schedule for this one, so didn't really get a chance to talk about much in the pregame leading into it. But our pregame show is always brought to you by Roseburg Disposal. Let them make the run to the dump for you. That's Roseburg Disposal. Meeting done on the mound for Roseburg. There are 2 down, runners at first and second. First pitch off speed, breaking ball misses for a 1-0 count. Jordan Pena up to bat. Pena 1 for 2 with a single. Fouls one back. Good crowd, though, showing up here for the game today. Great to see here all the support for the program. And it's home opener, season opener, and first game on the new turf field. Swing and a miss by Pena. And Jordan Pena has 2 strikes against her. Morales 1 strike away from getting out of things here in the 5th. A 3-1 lead right now for Sunset. Swing and a miss. There it is, strike 3. A much-needed punch-out for Jasmine Morales to finish things off in the 5th inning. That is the 6th strikeout in the game for Morales. All strikeouts are brought to you by Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance. Visit chrisinsurers.com for a quote today. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Roseburg trailing 3-1 here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Turn your home into your dream sanctuary with help from Douglas County Farmers Co-op. For over 100 years, we've carried everything you need to keep your garden and crops green and growing, including a large selection of soil mixes, composts, fertilizers, and other soil amendments. You'll also find stones, boulders, gravel, and more to add structure and diversity to your yard. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Well, Sunset has recaptured the lead. They took a 1-0 lead in the 1st. Roseburg tied it up with a run in the bottom of the 3rd. But Sunset grabs it back with 2 there in the top of the 5th. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Roseburg Sports here on the Score, brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com. Leading things off, Shaylee Sykes will start things off for the Indians. Sykes will be facing Pappas who continues to throw for Sunset, coming in relief of Kiana Cooper. First pitch swinging, rolls right side. A short throw for Claire Hattendorf. Let's double check and make sure that's still her out there. No, I believe they've made a change on that one. With all those hitting changes they made the last half inning, Sykes will ground out to second base. That is Sophia Santana at second, defensively. First pitch, swing and a miss for Jasmine Morales. The Sunset team graduating 2 seniors from last year's club, so they bring back a good number of experienced players from last year's team that made it to the first round after going 10-17 in the regular, or 10-16 in the regular season, but lost in that first round. Pappas hits the top end of the zone on the outside half for strike 2, called against Morales. But returning, Sophie Pappas was a second-team all-league utility player for Sunset last year. So she's in the circle now. She's a bit of a utility, do everything. A slow roller off the end of the bat. Throw to first, gets by. Staying on at first will be Morales. Kind of a tough call on whether or not a hit or a error. I'm going to put it down as a hit, though. I think she was about to beat out that throw, even if it was on time. It would have been bang, bang at first. Now the officials, our umpires, are going to have a quick conversation here. I'm going to get a courtesy runner in for the pitcher. That will be Avery Stanton that'll run. Stanton will be on at first. I was not sure what the conversation by the umpires might have been about. I was kind of wondering if it was something to do with maybe Morales running down the line, but didn't see anything that was egregious to me from up here. Up to bat, Ellendorf. Ground ball, hard hit up the middle, gets by the shortstop into center field. And Cadence Ellendorf, or let me quit mixing names here. That is Cadence Ellenwood, who gets the single right back up the middle. Hard hit ball there off the bat of Ellenwood. Runners at first and second for Ellenwood. Her third time on base, reached once on a walk, once on a drop third strike, and now has her first hit of the season. First and second for the Indians. And up to bat will be Mason Tabor. She puts one on the ground. Slow roller towards short. They get one at second. Back to the bag at third. Will go the courtesy runner, Avery Stanton. 2 down, and now Roseburg will have to be a player with 2 outs. Fielder's choice for Tabor. Gets her on base for a second time. Two outs, and up to bat for Roseburg is Ella Martinez, the catcher. Pappas in the circle trying to preserve a ball game here. That ball ripped down the left field side, and that'll bring in 1. That ball rolls all the way in the corner. The game tying run will come in to score a 2-out double, and celebrations at second for Ella Martinez. A 2-out, 2-run double to tie this ball game up. Martinez roped that one down the left field line into the corner. What a stick. And for Martinez, after striking out the first 2 times through the order, she gets a hit here against Sophie Pappas and ties us up at 3-all. Roseburg has battled back to tie the ball game up a second time, and that's going to bring in a courtesy runner now for Martinez. Ireland Weaver, a sophomore, will run out at second. Landed just inside the chalk line out there. You get what I'm saying, not truly a chalk line on the turf. First pitch fouled away. Roseburg in a short time. They just wrapped up their first time through the order against Sophie Pappas. Martinez saw her first, and her second at bat gets that RBI double. And Jordan MacArthur out there making contact on the first pitch. So Sophie Pappas, they're timing her up a little bit. The bats are starting to get going for Roseburg. Outside, 1-1 count. So with a 1-1 pitch coming up here, got on it on the off speed, picked up by the shortstop, gave a look at the runner, but makes the easy play to go across the diamond for the out. MacArthur will ground out to short for a second time against Sophie Pappas. That's the final out, but Roseberg recovers from giving up 2 in the top of the 5th to get 2 here in the bottom of the 5th. 2 runs come in on 3 hits. There were no errors, and 1 runner left on base. The big hit, a double by Ella Martinez to drive in 2. It's a 3-3 ball game heading to the 6th here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Top of the 6th inning. A 2-0 count to lead things off for Deja Paz. Paz, the third baseman, 0 for 2 in the game. Facing Morales still on the mound. Hits one right side. That gets through. Base knock. Throw goes to first almost in time. From right fielder Ellenwood out there. Came up firing on a ball. Hard hit to the right side there for Paz. Gets her first hit. And the bats are starting to warm up here on a cooler day in Douglas County. Paz will head to the bench. She's going to get a runner come in for her. I believe that said 15 on the back of that jersey. 1 on, nobody out. 15 would be Shelby Townsend coming in to run for Sunset. Bunt laid down in front of home, and Roseburg won't be able to make the play. Tara Singleton came charging in, but just missed it with the glove. That'll be a bunt single. Getting on base at first. That is Kaya McKenna. And there's runners at first and second, nobody out. Sunset not letting off the gas. They're threatening once again here. Nobody out. Runners at first and second. The first pitch in for a called strike. So batting here, number 6. Must have stayed in after running, I believe, in the 5th inning. The 0-1 pitch. Low. 1-1. So this is Mia Kodachi. Fouled back to the backstop. Sometimes the softball substituting stuff, the defense or the designated player, those things, it throws me off a little bit here. 1-2 pitch, nobody out. Runners at first and second. I know the fans that are tuning in and probably softball fans are thinking, you silly person. It's easy. But I don't do a ton of scorekeeping for softball. Don't mind watching it, but scorekeeping for it, I don't do a ton of that, keeping an actual book and everything. And so it's throwing me up here. My lineup card is all out of whack. Ball fouled left side by Kodachi. Kodachi with a full count pitch coming up. And a chance to try and get this one back in favor of Sunset if she could put one in play. Ball fouled away. Runners at first and second at the moment. Waiting on deck is Adeline Gates. So the battle will continue here for Morales. Missed high, and the bases are loaded with nobody out on the full count pitch. Tough spot there. Morales is going to talk with her teammates. They all come out to the center circle. There has not been a visit to the mound for the coaching staff yet. Pardon me there. The Indians do have, I believe that is Ariana Beloy out there, a transfer from Glide, a right-hander, and it looks like I think they're going to be getting ready to make a change here, but haven't seen anything official as of yet. There's Coach. I was wondering. He was behind my computer screen. Coach Dave Blevins out there talking with the home plate umpire. Morales is still in the center circle. Nobody's come out to get her, and I think she's looking at the dugout wondering if she was coming out. Not out yet. They still have Beloy out there throwing. So back to play we go. Bases are loaded with nobody out. A strike from Morales on the first pitch. Bases juiced at third base is the courtesy runner for Deja Paz. The ball fouled back behind and over the backstop. Two strikes here against Adeline Gates, needing a punch out. Roseburg playing with the infield in, looking to try and cut off a run at home. The pitch is high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gates is 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout. The 1-2 pitch. Fouled away again. Out towards the snack shack. The battle will continue here in the top of the 6th inning. We'll get a chance for a quick legal ID here in just a moment for the listening audience. The 1-2 swung on and missed, and there is a big strikeout for Jasmine Morales. Gets the strikeout she needed. That is number 7 on the day. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Roseburg softball here on The Score. First pitch misses for ball 1. This is going to be Sophia Santana that is hitting. The umpire has gone to the dugout to talk with Roseburg's coaches for a minute. It's the top of the 6th inning. Sun is shining down on us here on this beautiful day for the season opener for Roseburg softball on their brand new turf field, looking to try and christen it with a victory to start, but they're in a tie ball game, 3-3. Bases loaded, 1 out for Sunset, and a ball fouled away. A 1-1 count here for Santana. Roseburg battling back to tie it up with 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning after giving up 2 in the top of the 5th. It was a 1-0 lead for Sunset after the first. Roseburg tied it up in the bottom of the 3rd with a run. Strike called on the 1-1 offering. Santana, a lefty, walking from the back to the front of the box as the pitch is delivered, and just walked right by that one to watch it go by for a strike. 1-2 pitch coming up. The righty, Morales, delivers. Strike 3 called. Down looking goes Santana. Strikeout number 8, and that's back-to-back strikeouts for Morales, which she desperately needed to ease the tension with the bases loaded. Now 2 away. Top of the order here, though. This is Pappas, who has hit well against Morales. First pitch outside, and there's no room to put her, so you kind of try to dance around the strike zone a little bit, but you can't really get too cute with it. There's no open base on the infield. 1-0 delivery is high. Morales facing Pappas for a 4th time. Pappas so far 2 for 3 with a triple, a single, an RBI, and a run scored. Scoring the first run of the ball game back in the 1st after that leadoff triple. The 2-0 pitch popped her up out towards center, not very deep, and the wind might play with this, but a catch made, a diving play made by Mason Tabor to preserve the tie ball game, retiring Sophia Pappas. The wind has been kind of whipping around a little bit here. That one high in the air. I was wondering how it was going to play, but able to get underneath it with a basket catch. Tabor makes the play and finishes the top of the 6th. It stays tied 3-3. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in our backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Well, we go to the bottom of the 6th. Roseburg a chance to try and capture the lead against Sunset after some good pitching and defense. We'll see how Roseburg can handle this one. Joey Keyran here with you from the new turf softball field here at Roseburg High. Hope to get a chance to get out here and do a couple more games before the season is done. Maybe a home playoff game. That'd be a lot of fun. First pitch swung on and fouled back. Leading things off for Roseburg. Let's see who's up. Joel Maddox batted in this spot last time. It was just a 1 plate appearance for her, as back into this spot and back into left field defensively was Riley McLaughlin. McLaughlin batting here. Takes strike 2. An 0-2 count. McLaughlin is 0 for 1 with a strikeout looking back in the 2nd. The 0-2 pitch just carries outside with the breaking ball. On the mound, Sophie Pappas in relief of Kiana Cooper. Pappas gets the off speed up the middle, handled by Cooper, who plays at shortstop in back of her reliever, Sophie Pappas, and makes the play for the first out. Today's contest brought to you by Chuck Swarm and Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? And by our friends at Dr. Lanson Randall Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Visit drrandall.com or call them at 541-378-6694. First pitch swinging for Roseburg's Sierra Singleton. Top of the order here. Singleton slaps one into the dugout down the third base side. One of the coaches down there standing in the doorway of the Sunset dugout took one step out of the way. It ricochets around him and the dugout down there. That's a parlor trick move right there for Sierra. She's got 2 strikes. She'd like to put one in play here, give herself a chance after a single last time at the plate. Takes low for ball 1. 3-3 ball game here, bottom of the 6th. Roseburg with 1 out at the plate. Trying to strike again against Sophie Pappas like they did in the 5th. A ball fouled towards the home down the other direction off the side of a Roseburg Public Schools van. Might be some fresh dings coming up tomorrow when people show up to work here at Roseburg High. A 1-2 pitch. Off the hand, softly hit up the middle, ranging. Cooper gets to it. Does she get it there in time? Yes, according to the umpire. That was bang, bang at first. Sierra out of the left-handed batter's box. Almost beats that one out. I don't know if that's the right call or not. That's how close that was. I wouldn't have been surprised if he had said safe. I'm not surprised he said out. It was that close. Bang, bang at first. Tara Singleton is 1 for 3. She bats and fouls off the first pitch. Tara scored the first run of the season for Roseburg. Also had the first hit of the season for the Indians. Singleton taking a moment here. Will step back in, toes the inside edge of that right-handed batter's box. Waits on an off speed and takes outside for ball 1. 1-1 count here. 3-3 contest in the 6th inning of the season opener for both teams. That pitch taken for ball 2. Tara Singleton, honorable mention all-conference player as a freshman, just a sophomore. 2-1. Off the end of the bat rolled. This will be 3 straight plays, and Kiana Cooper makes all 3 of them. 6-3 put out times 3. A 1-2-3 6th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. We go to the 7th inning. Who can capture the lead in regulation? We'll find out when we come back here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
I've always handled my own finances, but I need help.
Get a better understanding of your finances. At Palm Wealth Management, we care about your priorities and help restore financial security. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Mountain Mike's. pizza the way it ought to be.
Shadows starting to creep across the left field and third base line here at the Roseburg softball complex. Swing and a miss for strike one for Kiana Cooper. Kiana is 1 for 3 today with a single and an RBI. Her last at bat. She'll lead things off for Sunset here in the 7th as the Apollos try to recapture the lead. Gets underneath one in the air to center. Playable for Tabor, fighting the sun. She will find that softball at the base tip of the end of the feather there, out there in center field towards right field. The feather's a nice touch on the outfield turf. One away. Up to bat, Sierra McKenna. Off speed, got her out in front. That's playable for the third baseman, Tara Singleton. Got her way out in front. She didn't get any bat speed on it and pulled it foul territory, third base side. Easy catch made there by Singleton, and that's a quick 1-2 here in the 7th for Jasmine Morales, who continues to pitch. And she will now face Jordan Pena, who is 1 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts. Off-speed pitch taken for strike one. Pena, last time up, struck out swinging. Did have a single back in the 4th. Gets around on one, hits it behind first. The second baseman, MacArthur, unable to field it cleanly. On one hop, knocked it down, got back to the softball, but could not get it to first in time. A 2-out single. On safely for Pena. So Pena on base for a second time in the ballgame. She represents the go-ahead run at first. First pitch high for ball one to Deja. Nope, we've got a pinch hitter here. Runner going, and the throw to second will just bounce by Sierra Singleton out there. Into second base goes Pena. It's a 1-1 count at the plate. So batting down there, that's number 15. We'll identify her in just a second. Strike called, the 1-2 count. This is Shelby Townsend batting. She's got a 1-2 pitch coming. Ooh, watches one that was not off the mark by much. Townsend at the plate. Her 2-2 fouled off, stays alive. Out at second base is Jordan Pena after stealing second. Go-ahead runner is at second base, but there's 2 out for the Apollos. The 2-2, strike 3, watched go by. Townsend goes down on strikes. That is strikeout victim number 9 on the day for Jasmine Morales. And with that, Roseburg keeps it a tie ball game as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Roseburg looking to take their first lead of the game and walk it off with a victory. They're tied 3-3 with Sunset here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM.
Turn your home into your dream sanctuary with help from Douglas County Farmers Co-op. For over 100 years, we've carried everything you need to keep your garden and crops green and growing, including a large selection of soil mixes, composts, fertilizers, and other soil amendments. You'll also find stones, boulders, gravel, and more to add structure and diversity to your yard. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Roseburg girls can secure a second consecutive season-opening win against Sunset if they can get a run here in the 7th inning. First pitch fouled back at us as we sit here on the backside of the grandstands at Finlay Field. Leading things off for Roseburg, Shaylee Sykes, the first baseman. Sykes will try to get it started. Been on base once via a walk. Facing Sophia Pappas, hits one towards center and having to play back the center fielder, Lily Swinson. That may not be Swinson out there anymore. That is number 7. It is Swinson out there still. So Swinson defensively had to play back on that one. Didn't try coming in to make that catch. A leadoff single for Shaylee Sykes. And Roseburg has the game-winning run at first base. A visit out to the mound. They got a new pitcher in the circle. It's no longer Pappas out there. Or, yes, it is. Sorry, looked a little bit different, but I hadn't checked the number yet. It is still Pappas. Tie game here. And Roseburg needs numbers on the front of their jerseys. I believe Jasmine Morales here to bat. Morales on the day is 1 for 3, has an RBI and a run scored. The courtesy runner scoring for the pitcher. First pitch swinging, right side, playable out there, and it goes into the sun. It's lost by the right fielder. Heading for third will go Sykes. She's in standing up. And Roseburg has the game-winning run 60 feet from home. Out in right field. I believe that is Kodachi. Out in right field. Just difficult with the sun out there, and I think that one goes in and out of the sun and just lost it. So on safely will be Morales. And now Roseburg has Sykes at third. Morales got on at first on a sun ball to right field. And it'll bring up Cadence Ellenwood, who has hit the ball hard a couple of times. Or hit the ball hard last time she was up. She's also reached on a walk and a drop third strike. First and third. We'll find out who's running at first. Let's see here. So running at first base for Roseburg once again is Avery Stanton. Stanton came in to run earlier in the game as well. So runners on the corners, nobody out. Golden opportunity here for Roseburg to walk off with a win. They look for the bunt. They'll get the runner to second. Stanton steals, but no throw. A strike called. This is Ellenwood at the plate. Ellenwood pops it up. It's not very deep, but it's not. Is it going to be playable? It's dropped by the left fielder on a diving attempt. Here comes Roseburg, and the Indians will win it. A walk-off victory off the bat of Cadence Ellenwood, and Roseburg gets a 4-3 win to start out the season here on their new field. What a way to celebrate the new facility. A walk-off victory against the Apollos. Ellenwood comes through with the necessary action. That is a ball that was just out of the reach of the left fielder. Adeline Gates came running in to make the play. Diving attempt, and it was just out of her reach. Even if she had come up with the catch, I don't think they would have had much of a chance to try and get Shaylee Sykes tagging and scoring from third. It was just such a difficult attempt on the catch. Great job by the Roseburg girls to come away with a win. They did not give in after trailing 1-0 early, then trailing 3-1 in the midway through. They came back each time, tied it up, and now they walk off with a victory. 4-3, your final score in this one. Roseburg gets a win here at home, and they will be going to 1-0 on this season. Sunset, a long trip back after a loss that they definitely had a chance to come away with a win in here today. Final score 4-3. We'll take a quick timeout, and then we will wrap it up quickly for you and go to the postgame show. We'll come back and wrap it up with the postgame show, and then we'll go to Blazers basketball coming up for you when we come back here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
When the first Cascade branch opened in 1948, things were a lot different here. The fact they're still here says a lot about the way they do business.
Staying in business for 75 years requires the cooperation of generations. It's the desire to learn and grow with your community.
My account number is only 5 digits long. What that tells me is that this is a local credit union.
Cascade Community Credit Union would like to thank you for 75 years of growth and support here in Douglas County.
Back here at the Roseburg softball complex, where the Indians christen their new field with a walk-off victory. 4-3 your final score in this one. Sunset will head home a unfortunate loser by a run here in the season opener. Roseberg at home gets the victory. 1 run in the first inning for Sunset after a leadoff triple by Sophie Pappas, and then 1 run in the bottom of the third for Roseberg. It was Jasmine Morales that came up with a RBI fielder's choice to score Tara Singleton, who reached on a 1-out triple. Both teams score a pair of runs in the 5th, but neither team able to score in the 6th. In the top of the 7th, the Apollos did get the go-ahead runner on and into second base, but they could not come through with a clutch hit. In the bottom of the 7th, a leadoff single for Shaylee Sykes, followed by a sunball single to right field by Jasmine Morales, and then a bloop single to shallow center for Cadence Ellenwood. And that is how this one played out. Roseburg gets the win. I've got the Indians down for 8 hits in the ball game on the 4 runs. And on the other side, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hits in the game for Sunset. I believe your winning pitcher, yes, your winning pitcher will be Jasmine Morales. Taking the loss will be Sophie Pappas. Great way to start things off here at this beautiful new complex here at Roseburg High School. I hope you enjoyed our broadcast of this Roseburg softball game here today. Had a lot of fun doing it. Now I got to tear it all down and take it all back down to the truck, but it was a great spot to watch a game from and a fantastic looking ball field here at Roseburg High. Congratulations to the ladies on the win and securing a victory in the first game on the new field. A lot of fun there. We want to wrap things up here. We're going to say thanks to Athletic Director Adam Blue, the entire Roseburg softball program for allowing us to be here and bringing you this game. Thanks to Brenton Cranford back in the studio running the radio production for us here today. And as always, a thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for today's broadcast because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Kieran. We'll be back on the air coming up tomorrow when we bring you Roseburg baseball. The Indians are back at home. They're looking to get their first win of the season as tomorrow they take on Ida B. Wells. It'll be a 4:30 start time for that one. That means a 4:15 pregame show for you coming up here on The Score. That'll be tomorrow. We'll also have live video coverage of that game coming up for you tomorrow as well here on 541radio.com. So tune in for Roseburg baseball tomorrow starting at 4:15. Coming up next here on The Score, we've got Blazers basketball, so stay tuned for that. They're taking on the Atlanta Hawks. Tip-off coming up at 7 o'clock tonight, so we'll get you the second half of the pregame show coming up here in just a moment on The Score. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks for tuning in for the first ever game on the new field here at Roseburg High School. Congratulations, the Roseburg softball team, a 4-3 winner over Sunset in their season opener. Have a good night, everybody.